rather than the chatty man. Chatty man.
Hello, how are you? It's Monday Makers. My name is Joe Remblance. It is a brand new week here on Crafters TV. There is so much exciting stuff coming your way this week. We kicked it all off this morning. Actually, do you know what? Should we dive in and have a look at the Crafters calendar? Because there is so much happening. Let's just whet your appetite, if we will. Take a little look at everything that's coming up for you. So there was a masterclass, of course, this morning. A masterclass, darling. And then we are here, Monday Makers. Tomorrow, double shows for you. Softer Side of Life at 11 a.m. here in the UK, 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. Of course, launch party here tomorrow night where we launch brand new deals, brand new product. We've then got another masterclass for you on Wednesday morning. That's 11 a.m. That'll be myself and Leanne with the pigment ink pads. Then myself and Leanne will be back again for you at 4 p.m. Here in the UK, or 11 a.m. on the East Coast with Creative Cravings. Cartload, double cartload again, myself and Sarah will be here for you 11 and 4 if you're in the UK, or 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. And that's not where it ends, because Friday we bring you Colour Me Happy, our destination colouring show of the week. Myself and Sarah will be here with that. And then the best of with Lil Ol' Me will be here on Saturday at 11 a.m. where I whiz you back through all of the best bits of the week. Whew, I need a rest just at the thought of all of that crafting. Now, I won't be here on my own though. I have crafty friends with me all week. And what better way to start than the lovely Leann Chivers. How are you, Leann?
I'm very well, thank you, Joe. I'm feeling positive in this new week. I'm really excited about what we've got to show you, because we've got some fab products as well. Do you want to see a little sneak, Joe?
Yeah.
Little sneak. So we've got these fabulous nesting dies. So we're going to have a look at lots of different nesting dies, brilliant price. We're going to have a look at how we can use them in ways different to just nesting. So we're going to look at how to make some shaped card bases. We've got our ever popular and fantastic shadow alphabets. So we're going to look at 2 or 3 different ways to use those. And then we've got what everybody needs in their stash: amazing lacy edgeables, which can be used in so many different ways to really elevate the projects that you're working on. We're going to look at a few different ways to use them as well, Joe.
Oh, well, that sounds absolutely joyous. We'll be with you here for the next couple of hours. I am monitoring the comments over on Facebook. If you want to get involved, then absolutely drop into the comments. Oh, yes. This week, of course, there is a Joe Wants to Know too. Joe wants to know this week, who is your dream dinner party guest? So do drop into the comments. Loads of you have left me suggestions over on Facebook of who you would be your dream dinner guest. Leanne came up a lot, as did Sarah, but there was some lots and lots of answers that we'll go through as we go through the show. Loads of you saying hi on Facebook so far. I see Mary's here in Tennessee, Kim saying hi, Patricia's in Staten Island, Marianne in California too, and Helen in Ipswich. Phyllis in California, keep saying hello. Morning, Joe, says Donna. Yay, Leanne is in the building. My favourite craft expert, says Caroline. And Shirley saying hi from Quebec. Any questions that you've got, absolutely get them into us and we will do our best to get them answered. If you want to send us any pictures of what you've been working on as well, you can do that. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them into. And if you are sending us some pictures, we'll do our best to show them during the show as well. So definitely get them in. Let's start, as we do every single Monday, with the Monday Mega Deal. I think Leanne could do the, I think there could be a sound effect for this.
Okay, can it be a little bit like the launch party one?
It can be whatever it wants to be.
Monday Mega Deal.
Fabulous. See, we need Leanne here every week to do that for us. Now, it's a fantastic deal this week. It's 4 stencils from the Enchanted Christmas collection. Now, stencils, yes, they're wonderful because you can ink through them, you can spritz through them, you can paste through them, but our stencils are such great quality. You can also use them as embossing folders if you want to as well. So you can see the lovely backgrounds that you've got here. This next one was done using 2 stencils. So that's been done with the Twinkle Twinkle and the Forest Vines together at the same time to give you that lovely background. I know a lot of you have been going for recently your water reactive inks. These would be gorgeous to use through these stencils, all 4 of them. So you're getting Forest Vines, Birch Forest, Twinkle Twinkle and Enchanting Snowfall. £15, $22, a great price on that. Make sure you snap it up. Now, we are going to move on. Oh, one of my favourites, and one of your favourites, of all the things that we've launched here recently, the shadow alphabets have been incredibly busy since they were launched, because I think it's because they're just so usable, and also they're so modern as well, as you can see here. Now, if you want to go for them as a whole collection, that is the best way to get the best value for money. £70 or $70, you are saving $72 if you're in the US. You're saving £22 if you're in the UK. However, if you do want to just grab a few of them, absolutely you can. Any 6 for £12.50 or $20. Wait until you see what Leann has in store with these. Think mirrorboard, think glitter, Centura pearl, think even, you know, coordinating rainbow card behind them. They are just gorgeous and complete personalization, perfect for home decor. If you go for the whole collection, you're going to get the whole alphabet, you're going to get all the numbers, and you're going to get the ampersand as well. So it really is great, if you can stretch to it, to go for the whole collection in there. Now, that's going to be very busy. There's going to be loads of you going for those. Now, a really fantastic bundle we've got for you on our nesting dies. Now, nesting dies are just an absolute essential. Let me just pick one of these up and show you what you've got here. So it means that you can do tags with these. You can do all of your shape cards. You can create your mats and layers with these. You can do your card blanks with them as well. So you're going to get in this collection torn edge circle, scalloped oval. You're going to get the torn square. You're also going to get the stitch circle. This one here is the scallop circle, and you're also going to get the torn oval as well. You get all 6 of them for £30. That equates to £5 per nesting die collection, which is unheard of value for money. It is all thriller and no filler, isn't it, this show? Because we've even got on the show for you as well the edgeable collection. These are fantastic. They are so beautifully lacy. Let me just quickly run you through. I'll take you through a few of the boards. Now, you can get these individually. However, I know that the main bundle itself that's there on your screen will be the most popular. This one is a heartfelt wishes, you can see here. Because they're edgeable as well, it means that you can do all of those edgeable techniques that you're used to with these. This one is a traditional lace that you can see here. I've also got the ornate henna, and you've also got, of course, which will be the most popular, as it always is, you've got that butterfly wedge. You've also got heartfelt wishes and Venetian scrolls as well, completing the 6 that you're going to get. If you just want to cherry pick, you can, 2 for £15 or $24 there if you want to go for those. My word, what an amazing selection of crafty stuff and great deals we've got for you on the show today. More than you can shake a pokey tool at. Loads of you still saying hi. Mary saying she can't wait for the delivery of a storage binder. Kathy says good morning from Dublin. I thought it was Dublin, Ireland, but it's Dublin, Ohio. I didn't realise there was another Dublin, this time in Ohio. Keep getting your questions and comments in. We're going to be here with you for the next 2 hours. So get your feet up. Put the kettle on, get yourself a cup of tea or coffee and get yourself settled in for some crafting. Are you settled in, Leann?
I think I'm settled in. Do you know, I can't hear you say Ohio now without thinking Ohio all the time. It was on a television programme at the weekend and I just had Joe in my head going, Ohio. So I think that needs to be his little catchphrase, as well as Schmetterling or whatever that is that you use for a butterfly. He'll do it much better than me later on. So, yeah, and shut the front door, shut the back door, twiddly black. I mean, put your bins out. He's got loads. He's got a plethora. In fact, I think he just talks in one-liners. So we've got here a lovely range of shadow alphabets. I adore these shadow alphabets. They're definitely the alphabet collection that I'm going to be using for the next 20 years. And I'm sure you'll find it the same because they're so different and so versatile. I'm going to show you how they work, and then we're going to have a look at a couple of different little ways you could use them. And then I've got lots of different examples I can show you as well. Now, the reason I love these is if you've got your little mini machine, you can use in your little mini machine, no problem at all. I've just got a piece of white card that I've cut out, and then I've got a random collection of little things here that I've got, little alphabets and numbers to show you. Nothing that really spells anything, which is helpful. But I thought, what can I spell from this random collection I've lifted out without having to open any more? And I decided I can spell the word old. So it might be that you want to send a card to a loved one or a friend with the word old on. Maybe they are. You know what I mean? Maybe they are. And maybe you could do that with the numbers because they come in the collection as well. Maybe you're doing a tongue-in-cheek, a bit of a funny card. So we're going to go with it. So you see, I've lined them all up just on my piece of white card here. I've got my O, my L and my D. So you can spell words out if you have all of the letters that you need at hand. If you don't have all of the letters that you need at hand, I am going to show you during the course of this Monday Makers programme how you would position things and run them through more than once to use the same one letter more than once. So if you're doing mom, for example, or whatever else, Lou instead of old. So random words that I'm coming out. I mean, bizarre words I'm coming out with anyway. So you can see what I'm doing is just keeping these still with a little bit of repositionable tape. And I'm using it in, we've got to see me roots. My roots are terrible. Everybody, let us know, how bad are your roots? Mine are terrible. They're appalling. Anyway, I'll try and keep my head out the shot. So I've taped them down with a little bit of repositionable tape in the centre of the words because that's the waste that comes away. And then I'm just going to pop that into my little mini folder here and we're going to run it through the Gemini mini machine. Now, I adore this Gemini Mini and I love to use it with these little alphabets because it works a treat with them. And if you're doing little toppers, if you're not doing it in the cut-in style as I'm doing here and you're using them as individual toppers, which you'll see in some examples in a second, then the Mini is absolutely perfect for that. So you can see I just pick the letters away and that leaves behind, I'm going to get another piece of cardstock here so you can see, that leaves behind the aperture. So you're cutting in this alphabet and the waste is the little bits of the alphabet that are left that pop out. I'm going to show you how not to waste those in a second. I'm going to get the L so you can see it. Let's peel that off there. So you see the L also leaves you a perfect letter L is the waste if that's what you want to use, and you can use that on other projects. So especially if you're cutting your fancy cardstocks and your glitters and your mirrors and what have you, you don't want to be throwing these pieces away, your little bits of waste here. You want to be using them to create more words. So if you just hang on to them, you see you're able to do that. But the concept is that it cuts it out and leaves an aperture of that word behind for you. And then what it does at the same time is cut the little shadow. So I just like to use my pokey tool and give those a little push through. So they're all cut beautifully. Just when it's a small piece like this, what happens is, it's like resistance, resistance band. Well, I'm told resistance bands are used in fitness. I wouldn't know myself.
I have no idea.
I mean, I've heard about it, but I've never experienced it. It's kind of, it holds on to the little bit that's inside of it, if you see what I mean. But it is cut. So you just go around with your pokey tool, push all of them out. Really easy to do. And then if I pop that on the blue card, you can see, I've just left a couple behind there. You can see that it leaves that lovely shadow effect, so it gets a lovely 3D look to it. That's how simple they are to use. Now, that's if you're using them to cut in on one piece and you're using them to build up a word. And of course, you could build up much bigger words because they'll work in your Gemini and your Junior as well. I just wanted to show you that you could do a really significant size topper using your Mini or your Go if you've got your smaller machines at home.
Being able to spell out anything you want as well. I bet people come up with some very creative words to put on their projects as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you could. Well, you can say anything. You could say anything you want.
I mean. You can say whatever you want to
say to that person. You can say with this alphabet. I think that's the thing. Joe, customisation and personalisation at the minute's huge, isn't it, on the high street? And there are websites like Etsy and what have you, where people are making a fortune selling customised and personalised. I'm saying making a fortune. They're probably not making a fortune, but they're making themselves some pocket money or a decent little living. But they're making some money selling personalised and customised items. And of course, if you want to do that and set yourself up a little Etsy store and send personalised cards with names on using each other alphabets, go for it. You can do that. And I think it's lovely to have that flexibility for you, but also if you're wanting to just make some pocket money as well. So these shadow alphabets as well, I think not only for that, the design of them, Joe, is such that they will not go out of fashion. The font isn't of the minute. It's just a really lovely block font with that shadow around it, which means that you know, once you've got these, you're going to be able to use them. I mean, I would say you're going to be able to use them for forever.
As long as you look after them.
You really are, as long as you look after them.
Anne saying that she gave up dyeing her hair years ago. She is now, in her own words, a silver vixen.
Woo!
Is that a vixen? Is a vixen a female fox?
Is it? Oh, yes, I think it is. Oh, I was thinking deer, dog. Yes, no, it's a fox. You're right. Yes, it is. A vixen is a fox.
Where does the term foxy lady come from then? That's a very strange term, isn't it, really, when you think about it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Right, so I've got my little blue topper here, and then I've cut out in pink glitter card. You can see just through my mini again, I've cut out the letter L. Now, I like to do this, so if you're using your smaller machines and you want to build up a customised name, a longer one, but you don't obviously have the space in your mini to do that, and you haven't got your Gemini or your Junior yet, this is how you would do it. You see, all I'm doing now is poking out my little shadow here and getting rid of those off the back. So I poke them through and then I just scrape them away from the back when I'm using the glitter card, because these dies have gone through here a layer of glitter film, a layer of adhesive, and the backing card layer, just using my mini, which is fantastic and shows you the quality of the die. So you see, I've been able to layer up the L there, and I could do exactly the same for OVE and build up the word love on a card in panels. So you could maybe have
like a, what's it called?
Bunting.
Bunting?
Yes.
I was going to call it a hanging sign, but yeah. Or bunting.
Or a hanging sign. You could have several hanging signs if that's what you wanted to have. Now,
have you seen Craig did a window hanging for the NHS when I went round, and he used these alphabets for that. And it said thanks for the NHS, and he'd done it all and hung it all in his window. It was absolutely cute. If he's watching, actually, is he watching? Shall I text him and ask him to send us
get him to send a picture.
Is he doing his own? Someone text him. Shall I WhatsApp him and ask him to send us a picture?
Yes, WhatsApp him, Joe. Get him to send a picture.
Right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now.
Do it now. So what I've done is I've run this through again, this letter L, but on a piece of silver mirror card this time. Now, if you didn't want to waste this and you wanted to use it as a topper, you'd put it in straight. You see, I haven't, and so unfortunately that's going in the bin. I'm sure you'll be much more careful with your precious pieces. But what you can do now is then piece, and you see I've kept, so just let me tell you again what I've done. That in the truest form of the concept would be the piece that you should be cutting. This is the waste that's come out. I'm going to use the waste on my little topper now. So I'm going to glue this down, and I'm going to use my tacky glue because I'm gluing onto mirror card. So remember, little glue school tip here, if you're gluing onto a mirror card, you need to use your tacky glue, not your all-purpose, because the all-purpose interferes with the mirror and it doesn't stick properly, whereas your tacky is a water-based glue and it sticks a treat. So
We've
I'm
found
popping
out
my
about
glitter.
foxy.
Oh, okay.
Foxy is also an informal term for an attractive person.
Oh.
The meaning comes from the Middle Ages when a writer complained of women's clothes that were so tight they had to stuff foxtails down the back of their skirts to hide their behinds.
Oh, wow.
Foxy lady.
Foxy lady. Oh, well,
It turns out they were wearing super skinny jeans, wet look leggings they had. It was, from the Middle Ages.
Shall I tell you a story about wet look leggings?
Oh, please do.
If my friend Louise is watching, she'll be creased laughing. We were on the train to London. We like to go to little, when we're not in the situation we're in, we like to go for weekends, girly weekends to London. And we do all the nice things. We stay in a nice hotel. We go and have afternoon tea. We go shopping. We go for dinner. Anyway, I don't know why we were talking about it, but we were talking about there was some other people on the train of a similar age to us who had the wet look leggings on. And I said to Louise, would you wear those water look leggings?
Water look leggings.
Water look leggings. And she thought that was hilarious. She was like, well, just by the fact that you don't know what they're called and you've called them water look leggings shows that you're not the person who would be wearing them and that you're too much of an old fuddy-duddy. Anyway, there you go. There's my little story.
I've got some lovely gold leggings at home.
Have you?
Shiny mirrored gold leggings, that I sometimes wear only at festivals.
Yeah. Well,
you'll find a picture on my Facebook somewhere, I'm sure.
We're just absolutely going to have a festival theme one Monday Makers and have you coming in your leggings.
Yes, my gold leggings and my gold sequin top.
Yes, absolutely. So you can see what I've done here with this little topper is I've just used the L the waist from another topper, and I've paper pieced that in. So I've got a lovely contrast between 3 different colours there, and I've also 3D'd that up, so I've got some dimension. You could have 3D'd the pink layer as well if you want to. The shadow is the blue coming through, which looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then, you know, you could do your OVE if you wanted, and you're seeing there with our, oh, you can't see that, bit of blue card. There we go. You can see there, that's how they're meant to be used. Now, I've got a couple of samples here, Joe, which I'm going to show you because I think it's lovely to see them, and we'll just have a look at them from up above, should we? So you can see here, this one, it's been cut in. We've got all of our sequins and a bit of acetate in there. We've made a fantastic shaker card. Here, we've made a little frame for Max's bedroom. Here, I love this one. This is my favourite use of these, Joe. Look, Mr. and Mr. wedding card. Very difficult to find and buy. Very of them, exactly what I mean by customisation and personalisation. It's fabulous. Then we've got this, all the cool kids on the block. HB to you, happy birthday to you, devil horns.
You could do beef ting as well.
You could do beef ting.
It would be a lot of letters, but you could do it.
You could definitely do beef ting. You could
beef
do
ting bunting.
Oh my word, we definitely need some beef ting bunting around here. Can you imagine how glorious beef ting bunting would be? If nobody knows what beef ting was, go and watch one of the old shows back, you'll see. So here we've got this for somebody who is 96 or 96.
Oh yeah.
Do you say that's one of those numbers that always looks the same regardless of how you...
I hadn't thought of that.
I just find that fun fact. This one, for somebody 23, I love the fact that we've got all the numbers and then highlighted. Look, the little paper piecing that I've just shown you with the silver has been used there. This is fantastic. I love this. Look at this. This is one of those little like building blocks, A, B, C, D. Look, with all the bonny colours on, standing up. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that's lovely.
Really, just lots of different things here. Exactly what I've just shown you with that little topper there with the LOVE, making the different little toppers and then building them up. You can see here for a baby girl, here for a special mum. I would be doing mam because we say mam here in the northeast. You don't get a lot with mam on actually. So the fact that I could send my mum a card with mam on.
Can you buy a card with mam on?
Sorry?
Can you buy cards with mam on?
I've struggled to find them. I think it's quite a northern
thing. There's like one very specialist shop in Newcastle that sells them. Apparently that's it.
Oh, well, there you go. This one's beautiful. Look, all being cut from patterned papers. And here you've got the M and the M cut in, and you've got the little waist as the U. I mean, gorgeous. Here we've got joy. With joy in our life. I love this one. And that's been done as a little, I'll just tip it up, look, a little dome card. So you can see that there. Is glorious. This one is perfect for our NHS, isn't it?
I love that.
All the rainbow colours with thanks on there. Look, each of the little tags thanks, and then look, the waist that comes out used to spell the word thanks at the bottom. There's nothing wasted with these dies. It's glorious. This one, this is my favourite Beyonce one. I love this. This has got all of the bling on. Look
you
at
said
the
Beyonce.
Bling. Yeah, Beyonce would watch. Do you not think Beyonce would love this?
I think
like
she
all
would.
the single ladies.
All the single ladies.
Like, do you know with the bling? I don't know why.
It says sorry, get well soon.
Well, I know. Forget the sorry, get well soon, and look at the colours in the bling. I know. I'm sorry. It's how my mind works. Like I'm not sorry, get well soon. But if you did it in if you did this colour scheme with a different word, Beyonce would love this because of the bling.
Maybe
of the
if you put the word Beyonce on it and not get well soon, you'd be with.
Oh, all right then. Everybody's picking on me now. It's the colours in the gems. It's all the single ladies.
Okay.
Sasha Fierce should be getting on it right now with that, with all that bling and colours. But look, all those different things you can do with those dies, they really are fabulous.
They are absolutely beautiful. So many of you saying the same. A quick question from Mary, Leanne. What glue do you use to glue down an embossed background without the paper warping from the liquid glue?
Oh, let me tell you, Mary, this is what you need.
Leanne lives for a glue question.
I love glue. Do you know, just honestly, glue is the thing. I could do 2 hours just talking to you about glue and why, and all the different glues you need for a job. I was watching back on one of the, I can't remember, it was a Monday Makers or a Creative Cravens, and somebody put a comment and then said, oh my word, you have just used 4 different glues on that card. Yes, because everything needs a glue for the job. So, to stop your card warping, let me tell you why it warps. When it's a wet glue like this, a water-based glue. That is what's making your embossed card warp. So you're putting water onto card effectively, or onto your scrapbook papers, which soaks in, makes it all warp and go wobbly. This one is a solvent-based glue, Collal all-purpose. So for all of your embossed backgrounds, any of your matting and layering, your scrapbook papers, anything that's porous, you would always use this Collal all-purpose, which is solvent-based. And I've got a piece of paper here. I promise I'm going to show you. Look. Piece of paper here, and this wasn't planned at all. I just seen this bit of scrapbook paper there earlier. Let's do it. I'm going to stick it onto a bit of, and then you can go and get your glue, because you'll need it when you've seen this. Right, so here's a piece of scrapbook paper. Let me just show you why. And then I'm going to use my all-purpose glue here. Now, I'm just doing little smears. There we go. And then I'm going to chat to you for a few seconds. So I'm putting quite a lot on. Look, I've gone mad. Right, that's a lot of glue. Now, if you were do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do on the other side the water-based glue. Oh, then you'll see the difference. What's the lady's name?
It was...
Was it Mary?
It was, bear with. It was Mary, yes.
There we go, Mary. So, Mary, then this is the water-based one. And what will happen is the water-based one starts to soak in and soak through, and that's already starting to warp this paper. I can see, it's probably because this is highly patterned, you might not be able to see it, but I can see the ripples coming through there. And you can see, look, how it's making, can you see how it's making it bend? If I hold it on my finger, can you see how it's bending down? That's the water interfering with that paper, making it bend. Now, if I do the same with my all-purpose, look how flat that is. Can you see the difference?
So is it like a much lighter weight one, the all-purpose?
No, the all-purpose is just solvent-based, so there is no water in it, which means it sits on the top of your paper or card and doesn't soak in. But the adhesion is superior. For this wet one, this is what's making the paper all warp and bend like this, because the wet glue is now soaking in. It's going to go warped and horrible. So that is the difference between the two. And so for what you're talking about, your gluey project, you definitely need Collal all-purpose in your life. The other good thing is I've got it down. I've got it in the wrong place. I can pick that up and reposition it now. So I've got repositioning time with that. If I get a little bit of this where I don't want it, like on my patterned paper here, I can scoop it up and I can rub it away. And I'm just going to show you in my hands what happens. Look, can you see? It balls up. And so it goes away and it rolls up, and then you just wipe it off and it's gone, and it will dry beautifully firm. So there you go, Mary. You need Collal all-purpose in your life.
What an explanation. Sarah said, it really makes me chuckle how enthusiastic Leann is about glue. It's great to see someone who loves their job so much.
Thank you so much.
The Collal all-purpose is sold out on the website, as has been rightly pointed out.
Sorry.
Mary says, well, thank you very much. I do know, because I was having a conversation this morning with Sarah and the team, that there is a shipment of glue due in really, really soon. So what I would say is pop across to the website, search for Collal all-purpose. When it comes up sold out, there's a little box. Put your email address in the box, and then as soon as it comes in, you'll be notified that it's back in stock, which is great. Oh, Craig has sent us that picture. How fabulous is this? Look at that.
Oh, lovely.
That is really gorgeous, isn't it?
It
that
is.
was hung in his window when I took my washing round this week, which is fantastic. Right, come back. I need to remind you about the alpha. I'm having such a lovely time. I was taken by Leann's glue school there for a moment. I think we need a glue masterclass. That would be fabulous. I'd be well up for that. Now, the Shadow Alphabet, very, very busy on this. Getting busy already. £70 or $70 gets you the whole collection. All of the alphabet, all of the numbers, and the ampersand as well. If you want to get any of them, if you want to pick and choose, absolutely you can. 6 of these for £12.50 or $20. However, I think it's one of those collections where you're going to want all of it, let's face it, because if you don't have all of it, you can't spell all of the words, which is really, really important. Right, edgeables. Oh, I've got Joe wants to know to do. Let's do a few Joe wants to know, and then I'll do the edgeables. Sorry, I'm running around over here. It's a very busy show today. Right, I asked you who's your dream dinner guest party. I keep getting this wrong. Dinner party guest. So Rosalind, bit like obscure this one. Craig David is her.
Oh
guest.
no! No.
Leanne's not keen. Why are you not keen, Leanne?
I've got an irrational dislike of Craig David.
Oh, I was not his biggest fan, but I saw him at Glastonbury a couple of years ago, and he was amazing.
Oh, no. Craig David and the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh
side
my
by
God,
side.
you don't like the Pet Shop
No.
Boys? Oh, Leanne, this is not acceptable. You can't.
No.
Why? What's wrong with the Pet Shop Boys?
Every song sounds the same. It all sounds the same. He stands in front of him who never smiles with the electric thing and drones it all out.
Oh,
and it
no.
all sounds the same.
Oh no, well, horses for courses. Helen Wright Baker, this is a popular one. My producer Laura also said the same. Freddie Mercury would be her
Yes.
dream dinner
Yes.
party guest. Dinner party guest, did I get it right? Yeah, I did, finally. Debbie Daniels says, absolutely Sarah, Joe and Leanne. Well, I'll go anywhere for a free dinner, me.
Me too.
Absolutely anywhere. Where
Throw
are
a
you,
gin
Debbie?
in and I'll stay for the night.
Yes, absolutely. Jan, this is very specific, Jan. It's our lovely Jan from Italy who watches all the time. Hope you're watching, Jan. She's really thought about this for a long time before now. She says, Roger Federer, I love the pasta advert he is in. Would love to cook him one of my pasta dishes down in Ravello, Italy, with a few glasses of Prosecco.
Why not?
Why not?
Why
I just felt it was very specific.
Very
because of the
specific.
pasta.
Yeah.
And one more whilst we're here. Jerry Timmons says Sarah Davis, of course, but if she's not available, then it would have to be Paul McCartney. When he stepped off the airplane, I love that if Sarah's not available, Paul McCartney steps in for her.
He'll do.
You know, that's how it goes. When he stepped off that airplane at JFK Airport, I was 7 years old. My mother was in the hospital and seeing the Beatles gave me joy. Ah, since I was
That's
missing
lovely.
her. How lovely is that? Keep
Really
getting them in over on Facebook. Someone is going to win a £20 or $20 spend by the end of the show. Now, I need to remind you about the edgeables. I feel like there's a lot to do in this show today. I don't know why. Now, I'll take you through these quickly. So you're going to get in the collection, and pretty much all of you going for the collection. These are fantastic because they're just so intricate and they're so delicate, no matter what you're cutting them from. And because they're an edgeable as well, it means that you can do all of those edgeable techniques that you love. So you've also got, this one was Ornate Henna, which is my favourite. You've got Heartfelt Wishes, which is this one just here. You then have the next one, which is Traditional Lace. And also, I've got a finished project for the Schmetterling. This is the butterfly. It's your favourite individually, the butterfly lace, which is your favourite individually. You're also going to get, what were the two I made? The Edwardian Rose and the Venetian Scrolls are the other two that make up the 6 in this collection. They are fantastic value for money, and there's loads that you can do with them. I know that Leanne is excited to take you through them. You can get 2 for £15 with those as well, or $24. Don't forget as well, you can use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with that too. So if you're, you'll be getting anywhere in Club Inspire from 5 to 20% off all of your orders. So that's definitely something else to bear in mind. Now, I know Leanne is keen to take us through these. These have been really busy since we launched them again. I do feel like we've sort of got a lot of the best sellers of recent times in this show. And why do you think these ones particularly have been so busy, Leanne?
I think these have been really busy because of the level of detail, because the sizing is absolutely perfect for lots of different projects. I'm going to show you that. But most importantly, I'm going to show you how to do this card, and then I'm going to show you a whole heap of what else you can do with them. I think it's the versatility, Joe. I think it's about how many different ways you can use them, and the fact that they're only cut on one edge, but that you've got all of that beautiful detail. Now, I'm just looking here for, I found it. You see, I got down on myself, I was doing my exercises again. I was on my step again. That's the exercise. That's my exercise for the week. Thank you. That's all I have to do to get my steps in. Right, now, all of these dies cut and emboss. And I would encourage you to always do the embossing as well, because there are tiny little details in here that you don't see if you don't emboss it. Wherever there's a hole, it embosses. And so you do get a much more professional look cutting and embossing. So what we're going to make is one of these fabulous edgeable Z-fold cards, which they're glorious, aren't they? Aren't they lovely? And incredibly simple to do. And the thing I love about this is it can be done from one sheet of your cardstock. So you see here, there was my full sheet of cardstock. I've trimmed it down to be a square, and then I've scored it exactly the same in the same places, and I'll explain to you why in a sec. And then I've folded it in half and folded it back. That's going to make my card base. Now I'm going to cut my butterflies onto this piece, and I'll explain to you what we're going to do to make that Z fold. So I'm building up my sandwich. I've got my plates here. Oh, I've got box fresh plates. Oh, I'm lucky. And then I've got my repositionable tape as well. And actually I'm going to use, I don't think I need it. I'm fairly confident I don't, but just in case and for speed, so you don't have to watch me do it a couple of times, I'm just going to use my metal plate. And I'm keeping this still by sticking from the die across the card onto the plate. You can see there, just to keep it still. And then I'm going to build up the rest of my sandwich on the top, and then I'm going to pop it through my junior. Now notice here when we're putting something through the junior, see how I've left this little piece hanging out at the top there. Always make sure if you're doing that that is last, that you don't feed that in first. It has to be hanging out. It's the tail for your concept card, so you leave that hanging out the back, and that means your plates get through, the machine will stop, and you can take it out, and that won't get wrapped around your rollers. If you feed it in first, where it's not tail first, you've got the potential of this getting wrapped around your rollers and damaging your machine. So just be careful that if you're doing a concept like this, that bit's always hanging out of the end. Okay, so now I can pick up my tape. Oh, I got a little bit of electric shock there. I must be full of static today. I am on fire today, Joe. I'm getting electric shocks off everything. And then I'm going to take this out. I'm just removing my repositionable tape where I can see it, because when you emboss it, it can get really stuck.
I couldn't work out why I kept getting static electric shocks off of everything, but only towards the end of the week. Only on a Thursday and a Friday.
How bizarre is that?
Turns out the shoes that I wear to work have got plastic soles on them, so they get more. I get more static as the week goes on, and then because I don't wear them on Saturday and Sunday, I'm not static on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How funny is that?
That's funny. Well, at least you've worked it out. At least you know what it is.
It took me a while. I look like a confused Labrador for the first couple of weeks, but I got there in the end.
Now you see, I've picked that away. Look how beautiful that is, and I can just give that a little flick, and it will move some of the little pieces that are cut, but again, just hanging in and around the outside. You can do that. You can use your little embossing tool if you want to as well, to do that. Your little brush, you know, your die brush and your little mat to get the pieces out. And then what you do now on this piece here is you just snip it away. So I'm going to use my craft knife. Here's my craft knife here, and I'm just going to use my ruler, and I'm going to snip away at this side, because this is part of the concept. So you see it's cut all of this top bit here, but I just need to keep it in a continuous line. So I want to take this little piece away here, and then I want to take that away to the top. There we go.
Is that the butterfly lace that you're
It is the
cutting
butterfly
there?
lace, yes.
Individually, a quarter of the stock of the butterfly lace has gone already. I need to let you know as well, the shadow alphabet, 10% of the shadow alphabet has gone too. We're having a very, very busy show. Now's a great time to watch and shop at the same time, and you can do that over on our website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
What's wrong?
I thought I'd made a boob.
A what?
Well, that's a technical term for a mistake.
Boob.
Yes.
Right, okay.
But I hadn't. So that's good. Right. So you see, I've got my full piece there, which is going to go on the front of my Z fold here. And then I've got my other half piece here where I've done my little half fold. Okay. So now I'm going to cut my butterfly again. Now I just want to explain, I'm just getting the pieces out, giving it a little tap there to get as much out as possible. That's hanging on with the, what you call it, double-sided tape, that's the word. And I'm just going to explain this before I go any further.
You're having a problem with words today, aren't you?
I am having a problem with words. I don't know why. I feel like I haven't, somebody hasn't plugged the word chip into me head today.
Ah, I see, that's what it is.
Now, you see here, when I cut this off and scored it, you see how I've got it half fold, and then I had half fold here and half fold here, the same. right? Now what you do to do your Z fold is you turn that round, you rotate it so that the half fold is on the other side of the card and the flat bits here. That's what creates the Z for you. So you just rotate it on top of itself. That's what I thought I'd made a boob with, but I haven't. So I'm better than I thought I was. I'm going to get my metal out again, and then I'm going to line up my die again. Remember, it flies out the bottom, it sticks out the bottom like a tail. You don't feed it in first. And so at the other side here now, I line this up in the same place and then
Could you
tape
use
it.
these through your mini if you wanted to?
Absolutely, you can use these edgeables through. I mean, I'll cut one through your mini. Now, what you wouldn't be able to do, well, you could do this concept here. You could do this Z fold in your mini. Yes,
Yeah.
you could. Yeah,
Wonderful.
because it's only a 2 3/4 inch width of card. Some of the bigger concepts that I'm going to show you in a second, you'd need your bigger machine
Okey-doke.
for. But for the Z fold, yes, of course.
Okie doke. Loads of you still talking about your dream guests for your dinner parties. Carol says it would be Captain Tom would be her dream guest. He is so interesting, she says. Isn't he indeed? What a great man. Julia says, as a huge United fan, Sir Alex Ferguson would be my dinner party guest. And Emma says, thank goodness someone thinks the same as me over the Pet Shop Boys and Craig David.
Soul sisters,
I'm
that's
so
what
disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Kay, this is a good one. Kay Rested says Julie Andrews.
Oh,
would be
that is
hers.
a good
Oh, do you know
one.
what? Judy Garland would be a good one as well.
we are. Yes, I love Judy Garland. That would be a good one. Who are yours, Joe?
Mine is Miriam Margolyes. You might not know who she is if she's in the US. She played a character in Harry Potter.
Yeah, she did.
I can't remember which one it was
She
though.
played,
I bet our producer Laura would know who she played.
oh gosh, that's gonna.
Help me out. Which character did she play? But I tell you what,
We'll
I did
find
see
out.
her in when I was in Australia a couple of years ago. I had the pleasure of seeing her in The Lady in the Van, the Alan Bennett play. She was
Yes.
starring in that in Melbourne, and she was fantastic.
Was she? She doesn't care, does she? She's got quite
No,
a.
she had some unsavoury habits. Let's put it that way. As
Yes.
in, yeah, she belches a lot.
Yeah, we'll leave it
and
at
breaks
that.
wind a lot too. She was also in James and the Giant Peach as well.
Oh, there you go. She's been in quite a bit.
Patty says hers would be Pope Francis would be her dream dinner. Tammy says I always loved David Niven. I don't know who that is.
Oh, David Niven was didn't David Niven do That'll Be All Right on the Night?
That would be alright on the night. Well, Tammy's in San Diego, so I doubt that's who she means. Oh, so Miriam Margolyes was Professor Sprout in.
That's right.
As in Harry Potter. Carol Ann says, Joe, you're not static on a Monday because you're ecstatic.
Oh, boom.
Instead,
Shush,
for
we need a
another
little
fun
drum
packed
roll.
week of banter and good deals.
Oh, fantastic.
I love that.
We need a little drum roll, don't we?
We do.
Oh.
Someone was saying as well, who was it there, saying that the dies, when they've been cut with these, the die cut pieces from these dies, they almost look like they've been laser cut. That was Evie said that. And it really does. I mean, that is the level of detail, isn't it, that you've got in there?
Absolutely. I'm going to put a piece of other cardstock on the bottom here so you can see the detail that I've got. Now, the reason I scored this before I cut the butterfly out on it is so now when I need to fold this back, it's effortless. If you try to score in half perfectly, once you've already die cut it, sometimes you can bend some of your little pieces. So if you score it first, it just folds more efficiently.
But you know, I said a quarter of the stock of that butterfly was gone.
Yeah.
If I said that again now, I'd be telling a big fat hairy fib.
Would you?
Because
Would you be?
half of the stock is now sold out and gone. I don't know if we've got enough to last the demonstration. If you're watching back and you've got your eye on the schmeddling, then you need to, if you're watching this back, definitely check the web, see what the stock situation is. When it does sell out, it will still be available, of course, in the larger collection, which is the best way of getting the best value. So it's just up to you how you get hold of it.
So a quarter of the way on the first panel, remember that's just turned upside down and that sticks that there. There we go, that's where that goes. And then the same on this little piece here and that gets stuck to the end there. Always do your scoring before you do your detailed die cut. And then now when we close this, you see how that, I hope you can see that. I'm going to get another piece of card under here so you can see. Look how that lines up perfectly underneath, so you've just got the full butterfly look there. And then we've got that fantastic Z fold, and here we've got it in black for the contrast, so you can see the two, and that's the same with the butterfly but in a different design. Now I have got a pile here of different concepts that you can do.
Well, I just need to let you know, firstly, Leanne, before we get to that, a quarter of the stock of the collection is now sold out and gone. So a lot of you jumped in for this one as soon as you've seen the demonstration. It has been really busy. When we launched it here in the UK, it was exceptionally busy, and it's still proving to be very, very busy now. And there's lots you can do with all edgeables, isn't there, Leanne? There
really is. And our edgeables, and this is why, if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon yet, you will once you've seen this. They are so incredibly versatile. Look here, this is just a box lid, and then what we've done is exactly as you see me do with my knife and my ruler for that other concept. We've cut it here and here, and then we've just took it out with a knife, and look at that beautiful detailed top on a box. Here we've just got a what do you call that? What's that word? I'm going to bring me a little bit of card in so you can see. I'm worried you can't see them.
Twisted easel?
A twisted easel, thank you, Joe. We've just got a twisted easel here. Look, and then all we've done is cut into the twisted easel, and then when it pops up, the edgeable pops up, and you can see those beautiful, I'll put that there, see those beautiful flowers there. There we go. I'm going to be using that a lot. Here you can see this is on an acetate card. Look at that. So this now looks like it's floating. So we've cut it on the half fold of the card, and then cut another piece out separately, put some acetate behind. You've got that beautiful floating lace effect there. Here we've just cut it on the top and the side, so we've got a couple of different bits there. Here, this is another easel concept where you can see that's beautifully detailed, where you've got it at the top and bottom and on the edge of your easel, so when you close it up it all lines up. Here we've got a little gate fold. Look how glorious that is. Absolutely lovely. Here just on a Z fold, so just cut them at an angle instead. Looks glorious. I need to keep doing that so you can see it. This one I love because this is one of those ones that stand up and we can do the Z fold there. Are we sick of looking at these, or would you like to see what else we can do?
No, I love them.
Okay, so you can see that we're going to do the butterfly little half fold lift there. The concepts with these, look, fold back. Look at this, fold back. Look how fabulous that is. Fold back gate fold with them on either side. We've got a little half fold diagonal here. Absolutely gorgeous. Lay them up in different coloured cardstocks if you want to. Do a little panel with those butterflies left and right and just pop it on the front of a card as a decorative piece if you want to. Do your little fold back. I mean, look, the possibilities with these, Joe, they are completely endless.
I think that's why they are so busy, because you see you're only paying £5 for each of these when you get them in this collection just here, and then you think about the amount of concepts that you can do. You think you've got, what, 6 in there? You know, you're going to be, that's at least 60 different cards if you just make them all once, I would say. Loads of you still commenting away. Julia's on the treadmill. Hard to walk and type at the same time. Well, we salute you. Do be careful. Don't craft an exercise at the same time. It sounds dangerous. Loads of you commenting along. Please keep commenting along over on Facebook. But if you want to watch and shop at the same time, then here is all the details. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. No idea who that bloke was. Very, very busy. We're having a very, very busy show. A very busy start to the week here. Don't forget as well, all the great things that are coming up. I need to just give you a heads up as well, something very special. Thursday is double cartload. Not just that, it's double Sarah cartload. So you know the one we have, the mystery bags, we have the lucky dips, we have that beautiful double-sided Centura all the time. The one where you get the most epic juicy deals of the month, that is happening on Thursday. and it's a double cart load for you, 11 a.m. Here in the UK, which is 6 a.m. on the East Coast, and again at, is it 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. this week? Oh, I'm confused now. It's 4 p.m. We've changed the times. It used to be at 7. We've moved it now to 4 p.m. So yes. Oh, Tammy has informed me who David Niven is. Joe, yes. So David Niven of England, who was in the original Pink Panther, the original 63-ish Casino Royale, Guns of Navarone, and Murder by Death, etc. I am not familiar. Oh, and Kathy's telling me exactly the same. A lot of World War II movies, apparently. Keep letting me know who your Joe wants to know. Shall we do a couple more that I've taken from the internet as well? From the internet. I sound like someone's nan, don't I? Shall we do someone taken from the internet? I mean, that commented along on Facebook is what I mean. Definitely Sarah, Leanne and Joe is what Linda says. We will have to take a drive to the Macaron Bar in Indianapolis, Indiana. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Leanne is definitely right up for that.
Yeah.
Anne North says, I'd love to have a dinner party with Peter Kay. He is such a funny guy. That was our Sarah's pick as well. Sandra Littlewood says, I would have to have 2 people, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. They look so down to earth and are teaching their children good morals, like taking food for the elderly during lockdown. They are adorable, aren't they? All of them are adorable. Julie Thomas, one of our previous craft ambassadors, she has got a great suggestion as well. I have a crazy sense of humour, so my party guest would have to be someone to make me smile, in brackets, not in brackets, what am I talking about? Exclamation marks, sorry. Quotations. I shouldn't have got up today. I should have just stayed at home is what I should have done. Anyway, she says, I'd invite Eric Morecambe to lift the party to a new level with witty chat, crazy jokes, and his new unique style and dance move. He'd certainly bring sunshine to the event. I think that is a really, really good shout, Julie. Now, I need to go back to doing my job, don't I? Let me take you through the nesting dies that we've got available for you. These are phenomenal. Whenever we bring these collections to you, they are always so busy. So we get 67 dies, 57 dies. I'm trying to give it away, you see. 57 dies in total. Let me take you through what you've got. Now, the joy about these is that you're going to be able to do so much with them. Whether you want to do your shaped card bases, these are fantastic to allow you to do that. For mats and layers, whether you want to do frames or plaques, there's loads that you can do with these, which is fantastic. So you've got this one. This is your torn edge circle. We also have the scalloped edge oval, and again, think about using these for all the different scrapbooking techniques as well. It's going to work wonderfully there. You've got the torn edge square. You've got the stitch, that's a hard one to say, isn't it? Stitch edge circle, there we are. You've got the scalloped edge circle and also the torn edge circle as well. Very busy. 60% is your saving here. 10% already of a big stock is gone, and we haven't even really seen them in action yet. Let's go back to the comments. Carol says she thinks the Crafts Companion crew would be a hoot to have dinner with. Oh, I think it's dangerous. Apparently it happens at Craftiganza. So fingers crossed, Craftiganza. I think we are planning for Craftiganza to go ahead as normal at the moment. So let's hope that can happen, fingers crossed. And then we'll all be able to have dinner together. I can imagine there's some scandal and salacious gossip comes out of that weekend. Karen saying good morning from Massachusetts. A beautiful sunny day here today. It's not sunny here in the northeast, but then it never really is. So I said recently, Leanne, you definitely moved to the northeast for the people, not the weather.
You definitely do move to the northeast for the people, not the weather. Although we can have nice weather, it's not as glorious as it is further south. My son has a fabulous tan. I'm still white. So yeah, we definitely don't get all of the we don't get the weather, but we have got the sense of humour. We have got the personality up here in the northeast, Joe. Yes, as they would say, we're dead canny. We're dead canny us. Right, so these nested dies are fantastic. I love them, and this is traditionally what you would expect to see with a nesting set of dies, where you've got all of the different layers and ever decreasing levels with different colours of cardstock and pretty papers, just to mat and layer and frame. That is why a nesting die was created, and that's what you would expect to see, something like this or this. However, there is so much more you can do. One of my favourite uses of a set of nesting dies is actually to create my own aperture cards, and aperture cards can be quite an expensive thing to buy when you're buying them in packs. With your nesting dies now, you never need to worry about buying yourself a set of aperture cards again, because you can create them just from a half-fold card, one of your nesting dies. I'm using the largest here because I've got a half fold from my largest piece of card. This could be A4 or US letter size, whichever part of the world you're in. And you see I've just positioned that facing down into my cutting plate. I've used a little bit of repositionable tape to keep it still. I'm then building up my plates on top there. Put that one on there, and then I'm going to run it through. Important to have your repositionable tape when you're doing an aperture, because you don't want it to skew and go on a little bit on the wonk, because that is going to spoil the overall effect. So definitely best to use your repositionable tape when you're doing that. And you see, because I was using a large card base, I swapped over when Joe was talking to you there, and I've now got my Gemini machine. So I just lift up all of my plates there, and then I can lift up my nesting die where I've got my repositionable tape. You see, it all comes away really easily. Keep these pieces. Again, as I was telling you about with your alphabet dies, I don't like to waste anything. So keep your pieces that come out of the centre so that you can use those again on another project. Maybe it's for a little stamp or something like that. But you see, what I've been able to create now, there we go, is my own aperture card with my aperture in the position I would like it to be. And you can do that with all of the shapes that you've got in this collection. So that's one thing you can do, Joe.
Fabulous. Well, you know Anne, our regular Anne.
Oh, hello,
Anne.
Yes.
She couldn't find the remote earlier for the big telly, so she didn't have us on.
Oh.
She's found it. You know what that deserves?
It does.
Definitely deserves it. I know how much you love the horn, Anne, so I thought, reasons to celebrate. Give you a little honk there. Loads of you talking about, Shadiah saying as well, Idris Elba is who she'd like to have dinner with.
Oh, do you know, I like Idris Elba. Do you know, I think he's a bit of all right, Idris Elba.
Someone said Jason Momoa and his wife Lisa. Now, I think most people, if they could have the option of having
Lisa
dinner
at home
with Jason Momoa, I don't think his wife Lisa would be high on the invite list somehow.
Yeah, no, leave Lisa at home. Jason can come. Do you know who mine would be, Joe? I've got a few, but my favourites would be, first off, Elton John.
Elton John?
Yeah.
I think he'd be a bit of, I think he'd be a handful though, you know.
Do you think? I think I would find that quite funny. I think I would just laugh all the way through. I think I would find that a hoot. So Elton John, I've had time to think about this. My first ones weren't very light, and I've had time to think when everybody's been talking. My next one, Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. Good choice.
Love that movie, The Darkest Hour. I thought that was fantastic.
I haven't seen it.
And then my third one would be Bradley Cooper from A Star Is Born.
Would you invite his wife?
No. Simply because he is going to be the second Mr. Chivers.
Right.
But don't tell Mr. Chivers.
Chivers Cooper.
Chivers Cooper. I think it's got a nice ring to it. And of course, he
Bradley
just needs...
Chivers Cooper.
Yeah, Bradley Chivers Cooper. Or Bradley Cooper Chivers. I don't mind. I'm not, I won't force him if he wants to put it in that order. It's fine. But we haven't told Mr. Chivers because, it would be heartbroken.
Do you know what the name Mr. Chivers reminds me of?
Go on.
Catchphrase, because they have Mr. Chips, Mr. Chivs. I don't know why I always think Mr. Chips when I think of Mr. Chivers. Anne says Josh Groban if he'd sing for his dinner. Also, Melissa says, can you please thank Leanne for being so detailed and taking her time to explain and how to, and that she is truly appreciated. So thank you, Leanne. That is from Melissa.
Melissa, thank you so much. That's so kind of you to say that. I do love to explain things in detail, because I know there's nothing worse than when you get things home, just sitting and looking at things a little bit confused and wondering what's going on and not being able to remember. I think it's nice to be able to take the time. Now, what I did there was I've got a half-fold card here, and I just put my nesting die on the half-fold card, but hanging off the edge. I'm going to get my little staged piece of card here. See, hanging off the edge, just a little bit there, which creates me a lovely half fold nested shape there.
I love that.
So if I wanted to, I could just use that now as a lovely little card base, and I could use a portrait or landscape. But actually what I'm going to do, and if you've got your scoreboards at home, please do use your scoreboards. And we've got the score. I think we've got. Should we use that? We've got it. Look, I'm going to stop being lazy. I'm getting my scoreboard out. Here it is.
£18 or $23.50.
Oh, that's
the
a bargain.
Envelobox creator and the scoreboard together.
Wow.
And it's the one that you're using right there. But you'll get the Envelobox as well. And the Envelobox is worth its weight in gold.
It is. It's fantastic for making all of your custom size envelopes and boxes to put all of your creations in. It's genius. Now, you see what I did here was I just Sharpied down the middle line there. And then what I've done is I've lined up the middle of my card, and then I just score that line down. Instead of being lazy, do it properly, Leanne. And then I'm going to fold that in half. So you see what I've done there, fold that in half. And I'm starting to create an easel.
You know the alphabets that we looked at a little bit earlier? Very busy on those since we come off of them. A quarter of the stock of the alphabets have now sold out and gone. Very busy there. Very busy also on our edgeables that we showed you too. And getting busy now. Over half the stock of butterfly lace individually has gone, and I know that the nesting dies are going to go the same way as well. Why is it important to have, because some people, I'll get my teeth in today, what is wrong with me? Some people will collect these for ages, don't they? This is a really great chance to just get a really comprehensive collection straight off.
Absolutely. Now, the thing is, if for a brand new crafter, or for somebody who just needs to get some good staples, some go-tos in their collection, what you need to have, without a shadow of a doubt, is a good set of nesting dies, some decorative edges, an alphabet to personalise and customise, and then what you've got there in the show today, and then your scoreboard. Everybody needs a scoreboard. You need to be able to fold card in half, and you want to put an envelope in or make a box to be able to send the things that you've made to people. What you've got here in this collection, this Monday Makers, is everything you need just to get you going off the bat. You've got all of your decorative card bases, you've got your folding, you've got your envelopes, you've got your lovely shaped nests that you can do all of that matting and layering with, or make all of these different little shaped cards. You've got your decoration with your edgeables and all of those concepts that you're seeing there. And then with your alphabet, you've got your personalisation and your customisation to give that message that you want to send to people. So it's a brilliant stash builder with lots of versatility that's going to allow you to do hundreds if not thousands of different concepts.
Absolutely. So definitely worth going for them. Definitely great to get them while they're on such a great deal. To get them for £5 per die selection is amazing value, isn't it, Leanne?
Fantastic value for money. I mean, it's just crazy value for money, to be fair. Honestly, Joe, it really, really is. I mean, you've got between 8 and 10 dies in each one of those sets, which is just truly fabulous. And the shapes are all usable. And also, if you've purchased a set of nesting dies before and they've been so small that the smallest one gets to the point where it's unusable, don't think of that with these, because actually you've seen here on a half fold card just how big that frame is. These are a significant size of die. So you've got nice big statement pieces all the way down to the smaller pieces, but actually the small piece in our sets is still a very usable size. We haven't taken it down and then said you've got an extra 4 dies in there but you can't use them for anything. We wouldn't do that. We just want to give you what's usable and good value for money, and you've got that in this collection. 53 pence
or 77 cents per die there, to give you some idea. Should be 77.94 in the UK, it's £30. It should be 101.70 in the US, it's $40. So you've got a great deal on these. It's getting very, very busy on them now. What did I miss, Joe? Says Sonia. Everything. We've had so much fun since the start of the show. You're going to have to watch it back, Sonia. Luckily, you can watch all of our shows back over on Crafters TV, which is handy.
So what I did was cut my half fold base, and then I used my scoreboard and scored it down the middle there. And then, can you remember when I did my aperture card? When I did my aperture card, this piece that came out, I'm going to use that now and use that to make my easel topper. So when you're thinking of making a concept card, think about what you could do to make sure that you've got 2 for 1. And so actually, by just cutting it in the middle of a half fold like that, I've now got that lovely aperture card. Rather than just using it on a piece of scrap and throwing it all in the bin, I can use that now for something else. But the bit that's come out the middle has now created me my lovely shaped easel, and I could cut another little one of those nested stoppers there, and I've got my stopper for my easel if that's what I want to do. Possibilities are fantastic with these, Joe.
Carol is saying, Joe, how long will the price be good for the nestable dies? All of the deals that we bring you live for 48 hours on our website. So after then, or of course while stocks last, so I would say definitely at least 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours, but yeah, usually 48 hours. Remember what you're getting as well. You're getting all 6 of these nested die sets within here. So you're going to get the torn circle, the scalloped oval, you've got the torn square, you also have the stitch circle, you've got the scallop circle, and also the torn oval. So a really good selection of different shapes there that are going to allow you to create all of those different demonstrations in a lot of different variety, which is fantastic, which is what we all want, let's face it. Beth saying, love all these live shows. I really look forward to it. We really look forward to you being here with us, Beth. It's lovely to have you tuning in. George Michael would be Joanne's ultimate guess. As a teenager, I had all my bedroom walls and ceilings covered with George. Ooh. And also Ray saying hi. To as is Lisa. Would love to have dinner with Sarah, Leanne and Joe. Well, we would love to have dinner with you as well. Now, I need to give you some stock updates. I needed to let you know that half of something had gone, and I've... Oh, the alphabet dies. Should we go back to those quickly? I know these are popular, and they're going to continue to... These, I think, are going to be, aren't they, Leanne? One of those, that are just popular all the time because the amount of things that you can do with. Great for personalisation, wonderful for bunting or hanging signs, as I've taken to calling them. Also great for home decor projects as well. Wonderful on cards, great on tags. There's so much you can do with them. Maybe even just general personalisation. In the main collection, which is half gone, you get all of the alphabet. You also get all of the numbers and the ampersand as well. So it's the best way to get the best value. In the US here, you're saving $72.63 on this collection. If you want to get a smaller selection as well, I think with this you're going to want to have the whole collection personally, but if you do want to get a smaller collection, you can. Any 6 of the alphabet dies for £12.50 or $20. If you are going for just a handful of them, I'd say, and you want the vowels will be what go first. So once the vowels have gone, it'll be the whole collection, or just the consonant. The I is actually the most popular individually at the moment. Maybe that's because maybe Sue from Create and Craft is watching, Leanne. Bye eye.
Sue, I found out her name, Joe.
What's her name?
I put a post out on my Facebook page and I said, can somebody tell me what Bye Eye Sue's called? Because I keep telling Joe Smith.
Oh, well, that helps, doesn't it?
Why could I not remember that?
But I mean, it doesn't narrow it down. I mean, it could be one of
Sue
about
Smith.
48,000 Sues in the country.
She's one of the first crafters I ever watched, along with Jane Nesterenko, that I ever watched crafting on Craft TV. And honestly, she got me into using so many different things and doing so many different styles of card. I absolutely adored watching it, and I love the fact that she always said she was doing it by eye. So, Sue Smith. I hope she's watching. And if she is, hello, Sue.
Hello, Bye Sue, if you are watching. Now, loads of you taken a few more of your Joe wants to know from Facebook. Kelly says John Lennon would be her. Interesting one. Kirsten says Johnny Depp would be like, you know how you feel about Craig David?
Yeah.
How I feel about Johnny Depp? I'm not gonna lie with you. Yeah, I know. Ooh, I'll take my talk back out. It was a very high-pitched screech, that news coming from the gallery. Kerry Russell says David Attenborough. What a fantastic, solid choice that would be. Rachel's is celebrity, the boy band A1. Now that is an obscure one. One more as well. Kay Rawton says Beatrix Potter would be hers. Good, solid choice there. Right, I should go back to... I thought I had to do something. I'm just going to hand you back to Leanne.
So I'm going to have a look. I thought, let's have a look at how to use the nested frames with our alphabet. And so you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a card. I'm going to make a topper for my mum, because we talked about being able to personalise and customise and spell things, do things that aren't readily available everywhere else. So I've got my letter A ready. I could cut this letter A out now, but I'm going to explain to you why I'm not once I've cut this M. So I've put my frame in place. I've got my first letter M. and I've got the little decorative frame that I'm going to use, and then I'm layering up my sandwich here. I probably could actually do that, to be fair, on my junior plates through the Gemini, which will just save us a little bit of time. So I'll pop that to the side and I'll grab my junior plates here, because we can do it on the side, Joe. We can cut
We've got
through.
a great deal on the junior and the regular Gemini for the whole plate collections on this show. Let me just rifle through my many notes. I don't know what I'm becoming like a sort of an old like a crazy note lady that writes lots of off-the-wall notes everywhere, it would seem. Gemini plate collection, if you want to go for it, £45 instead of £67.93. In there you get the clear cutting plate ×2, plastic shim, the magnetic, the rubber embossing mat, the metal plate and the storage bag as well. You can also get exactly the same in junior for £37. They're both live on our website, so pop across there and grab them if you need to stock up. Always good to have a second set of those, Leanne, isn't it, when they're on a great deal?
It is absolutely the thing to have, because you never know when you're going to need another set, and especially when they're on such a good deal as that, then it makes absolute perfect sense to be able to have those just in your stash and just have them in your cupboard. It's like, when I'm buying, things like loo roll and cleaner, I like to have one I'm using and one spare in the cupboard, so that if I come to need it, like toothpaste, for example, I've always got one that we're using and two spare.
Two spare?
Yeah, I like two spare.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I've lost my porky too. Oh, there it is.
Should have had two spare.
I should have had two spare. I've got one spare, but I should have had two spare. So because I travel a lot, or because I used to travel a lot,
right.
If there was one in use and one spare, but the one in use was looking like it was going to run down, and then I took one with me when I was travelling, that would leave Mr. C without one.
Right.
So I'm just thinking ahead. I'm just preparing. So that's why two spare with toothpaste. But like most things, like bathroom cleaner or different bits and bobs like that, I just have one in use and one spare.
I bought some vegan toothpaste from the supermarket at the weekend. I'm not vegan, but that's the biggest brand of toothpaste, the big one. Mm-hmm. They've done a vegan toothpaste, which is completely recyclable, both the tube and the plastic box that it comes in, totally recyclable.
So I would get that just for that, even if I'm not vegan.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not vegan, but also it's animal testing free as well. It's
perfect.
Fabulous, love it.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
I haven't tried it yet. I'll let you know how I get on.
Yes, do. So
shall I pretend I'm some sort of influencer and do like an unboxing video?
Do it, Joe. I'll watch it.
For toothpaste.
Yeah, I'll watch it, Joe. So you see, what I've done here is I've got my lovely topper and I cut the first M in place. Now I'm going to run it through and cut the second M before I put the A in. And that means that when I put the A in, I can centralise that and it spells it evenly. Whereas if I'd cut the A first, I might have gotten it too far down or too far up and it wouldn't have been evenly spaced. So if you're going to do that with the same letter, always cut these two and then centralise the middle one.
Eagle-eyed viewers have spotted something, Leanne.
What have I done?
That's not an A.
No, this is.
This is a V.
Is it? Oh.
People are letting me know.
Are you shouting at? There's
comments.
A.
Julia,
look,
that's a V, not an A.
that was gonna be for Muvm. Muvm. That's a new name. Muvm. There's me A. Yeah, do you know? I shouldn't be allowed out really. I'm
definitely, I would say with this as well, it'll be one of those things where definitely like spell checks your friend with this. Can you imagine you made a card for someone? It says. Right, I don't know, I can just imagine spelling something, you know what I'm like, and then it means something completely different. My parents have got a food business and they go to like music festivals and concerts and stuff, and they had a sign made that said burgers, and it wasn't until they got to the event and unfurled this sign, the R was missing.
Oh no! So that's something entirely different.
Yeah.
Except there wasn't two G's, so you can get now. Look what happened. That's a lesson for when I didn't tape it down.
Oh no! And you were trying to do it by eye.
I was trying to do it by eye, and it slipped, and so now I've got a but you know that the idea was there. Shall I try again, or do you get the concept?
I don't know.
Do you get it?
I think we get it. Yeah.
I think you get it. Will you let us off with that?
I will let you off.
Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Seeing as it's you.
Thanks, Joe. But look, this is a nice lesson, though, isn't it, for everybody? Make sure you tape your letter. And the great thing is, you know what?
If you do get it wrong and you muck it up, it's only a piece of cardstock. Yeah. At the end of the day. You can start again.
Yeah, you can. I'll be getting me P45. for not taping me That's because I was too worried about me rather than me
So, Carol Ann says that you're getting flustered about your dinner guests. That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's
about
where,
Bradley Cooper.
your brain has gone. Lots of you still commenting away. Any questions you got? Any pictures that you want to send us in as well? Email us studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk and that will bring your pictures straight through here to the studio and we'll share them as well, which would be absolutely lovely. We are getting really busy on those nesting dies. Don't forget as well, all the prices that we show you here on Crafters TV, you can still use those in conjunction with your Club Inspire discount as well. Actually, should we share you all the details of Club Inspire? Here they are.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
They're all the details, of course, of Club Inspire. If you're not a member yet, put your wrist out. I can slap you on the wrist because it's completely free to join. We don't condone violence. We're just a pro-love situation here at Crafters TV. Loads of you commenting away. Now I need to come back and give you a reminder of the nesting dies. It was like my producer was sort of playing some sort of generation game. It's like scouted nesting dies. Are we going to edgeables or nesting dies? All I can hear is laughter now. Nested dies first, fantastic. Right, the nested dies, a quarter of the stock of the nested dies has sold out and gone. You're all getting a bit giddy, it's so busy here today. So make sure you grab them. Remember, in there, 53p or 77 cents per die is what you're looking at. 6 die collections that you're going to be able to do a whole host of different projects with. The edgeables, very, very busy. Over half the stock of the butterfly has sold out and gone. Also, 40% of the main collection has sold out and gone. Let me just run you through what you're going to get. That butterfly is always so popular whenever we bring it to you. So you've got that one in there. You've also got as well the ornate henna, which is this one here. The thing is about these is they are so intricate and detailed, yet you can do all of those edgeable techniques that you're used to with them. Heartfelt wishes is another one here. I do love, great for paper piecing, this one. There's quite a lot of open space in there, which you'd have fun putting back together. And you've got the traditional lace here as well. Again, really, really beautiful. You also got in there as well the Edwardian Rose and the Venetian Scrolls are going to be the other two that are coming in this collection as well. Best value is in the collection. You can get 2 for £15 if you want to get them individually as well. A lot of love for your top on Facebook, Leanne. A lot of people saying how gorgeous it is.
Oh, thank you.
It's
This
my
is one of your
favourite one.
favourites, isn't it?
It's my favourite one that you wear, it is.
Yeah, do you know, it was just, I think it was monsoon. And it was just one of those impulse purchases where you're walking down the high street and you see it and you think, oh, I have to have that in my life. And I do like it, it's very comfortable. It's one of those lovely smocky ones where when you've been eating too many chocolate fingers.
Oh, I've got a couple like that.
Hides a multitude of sins, does this top. It really does.
I've got a craving for cheese today, cheddar cheese. And I could just have like chunks of it and then maybe have some Branston pickle on the top. I just eat it like that.
Lovely. I do like cheese. I like a blue cheese. Do you, Joe?
No. No. Do you know blue cheese and celery, the only two things I can't eat.
Oh,
really? Don't like either of them, yeah.
Oh, I love both of those things. Blue cheese, I love.
Celery with blue cheese dip.
Oh,
Food
gorgeous. Right, so what I've got here is a square card that I've used my scoreboard to score down the centre, so I've already half fold. And then I've just taken, this is my rose die, so this is the Edwardian rose that I'm going to use here. And we're going to do a little concept, a little half fold card, where we cut it on the other side as well. So what I've done is position it in place, and then I've just taped it still, learning from my earlier faux pas.
Well, Robbie was saying she was convinced that you take the M down.
Oh, really? Did I?
Well, I think it's physically impossible, else it wouldn't have moved, but Shirley saw it apparently.
Maybe I put the tape on, but I didn't press it in the middle. Because when I tape the alphabet, I don't like to tape it on either side in case the tape catches the card and then ruins the finish. So I stick it in the middle, so maybe I just didn't push it down far enough.
Maybe that's what it was.
Flicked.
We'll let you off anyway.
Thanks.
Just lets us know that you're not a crafty robot. Some people think that we'll just pop your batteries out at the end of the night and store you backstage, but that's not what happens.
Right, so I've cut that one. I was just checking to make sure that it's cut all the way through because I didn't use my metal plate, but you can see I didn't need my metal plate. It's absolutely glorious, and that is the quality of these dies, Joe. Really, really lovely. So what I'm going to do is just empty out some of the little paper pieces here. So I like to always start with a clean die, and then I'm turning it over. I'm just rotating it 180 degrees and putting it on the opposite side and taping that in place again. Here we go, taping that in place and then layering up my plates again, popping that in. So I've taped it still. Oh man, Leanne, here. There we go, pop that down there. Get that nice and still. And actually I like to do the scoring first because I don't know if you can see, but this is my score line here. And what my score line does is let me get the edge of my die nice and straight, so it means that I get a lovely straight position on this for when I come to do my concept card. It's good to have that in place first. So your scoring board actually, rather than, as well as, you know, not necessarily just being for scoring, it's good to get your lines in for positioning first. It just professionalises everything, and it's much better to fold the scoreboard than it is to try and do it by eye and just fold it over and give it a crease with your thumb. That's not going to look professional.
Those nesting dice, 30% of the stock of those is now gone, Leanne. A few comments here. Beth saying, Joe, I'm with you, I don't like blue cheese. Evelyn saying, a blue cheese burger sounds wonderful. Ray says, blue cheese is nasty, just say. I went to a very, very fancy Spanish restaurant in Manchester not that long ago, back in maybe January, February, and there was a lot of hidden blue cheese on the menu. It was in dishes and it wasn't in the menu description. It was on a burger. It was a tapas restaurant. There was this burger full of blue cheese. There was like a mousse, cheesy mousse that was full of blue cheese. Nightmare. Absolutely ruined it for me. It would be, if you don't like it, it's a very strong taste. It's not something that you could just get by with managing, you know what I mean, when it's in there. You either love it or hate it, don't you? Absolutely. It's one of those things. Right, so you see what I'm doing here is I've cut my two edges at either side and I'm just going along here now and finishing the cut with my craft knife along that scored edge so that it leaves me, and then just down the little bottom piece here. I love this particular concept. I just think it's gorgeous. And then just going down there, that little piece there. And then what that leaves me with is, I'm going to get another piece of card so you can see it easier. Oh, gorgeous. How beautiful is that? Down either side is a panel. And then when I fold that score line now that I'd already put in, which makes it so much easier, what I've got is this absolutely beautiful panel down either side of that half fold cardstock, which I could put a nice piece of matting and layering in. I mean, this piece of pink glitter
actually inside there, just trimmed down a little bit, would look glorious, wouldn't it? Now, additionally, I'm going to try again with my alphabets because I felt I let myself down.
You let yourself down, you thought?
Yeah. When the M slipped.
You school with M.
I'm ashamed of myself, honestly. So we're going to try again so you can see what I was talking about. So we're going to do the M first again, and we're doing it at the top of the card here. Now, look, you would think, look at that. The two edgeables side by side. Look, it's left the perfect space in the middle for my alphabet. You'd think I'd planned it, wouldn't you? So I'm going to use my tape this time, although everybody thinks I might have earlier. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I push that.
So you tape it to the waist, do you? Is that what you do?
You tape it to the waist.
Right.
Because if I tape it on the outside here, if you've got really strong repositionable tape, you might peel the surface off your card.
Right.
It's not going to look pretty, ruin it. So I like to make sure that I just get the tape in the middle there so it doesn't slip. So there's my first M. I'm going to run that through, Joe.
Okie doke, whilst you do that, we'll do a few more. Joe wants to know that you've got in over on Facebook. Geraldine Johnston says Prince Harry would be hers. I see she hasn't put Meghan, so maybe she just wants Harry round for tea on his own, who knows. Patricia Blunt says Maggie Smith, but in character as Dowager Lady Grantham from Downton. What an actor and such a portrayal.
I think actually I would agree with you wholeheartedly on that. We are huge Downton Abbey fans in our house.
Do you know I have never seen an episode of Downton Abbey?
Oh my word, Joe, you have got to watch Downton Abbey. It is phenomenal. Really, it is. You won't regret it. I promise you will not regret it if you watch it.
Honestly, I've got such a long list of TV to watch since we've worked together.
Every
time I come in, Leanne gives me a new... Luther was your top recommendation. So I think, there's 3 seasons of that. So I've got one more of that to go.
Yes.
And we were just talking today about Hollywood coming out, weren't we, on Netflix?
We were.
Which we've been watching. It is a little bit saucy, I'll give you a warning, but it is very, very good, the new Ryan Murphy one. Some more Joe wants to know. Sherry says Eric Clapton would be her dream dinner guest.
The song, I've got a story about that. So when Mr. C and I got married, our first dance was going to be to Eric Clapton's Wonderful Tonight. That was going to be our first dance. Only the DJ turned up without it. So we had to have Unchained Melody instead.
What? I mean, that is really, you're showing your age there. I mean, because now you just get it. Everyone's got it, haven't they?
You had to have the proper records. I know I'm showing my age, Joe. Was it not
CDs or mini discs?
No, it was records, Joe.
Oh.
It was
Imagine
records.
that. Oh, I want to play that song, but I don't have the records.
He didn't bring it with him. He didn't have the record, so he couldn't. So we had to have Unchained Melody, and then to make matters worse, he obviously didn't get the brief of what my name was, and he said, "Could Simon and Elaine please come to the dance floor for their first dance?"
Where did you get this DJ from?
And I was like, "Who is Elaine? Have you got something to tell me? We've only just signed on the dotted line." He was mortified, of course, but he didn't give us any discount.
Anyway, Daisy says Robin Williams would be her dream guest. That's a good one. And Sarah Walters says the Queen. Why not?
Oh, yeah. Queenie.
I can't imagine she eats much, though, the Queen, you know. A couple of mouthfuls and a Dubonnet and gin, and that'd be her done for the evening.
She does like that, doesn't she? That's her little tipple, isn't it?
That's her tipple.
Yeah.
Apparently she has a drink every afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, that maybe is what's kept her. I need a little bit of tape, guys, because that was going to ruin the job. Really? Well, maybe that's the secret to long life.
Maybe
that's what's kept her going.
That or loads of money, I think, is a secret to a good long life.
And lots of private healthcare,
yeah.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
We're so cynical today, aren't we? What is wrong with us?
I have to say, I do love the Queen.
I do.
I'm a royalist.
Love the Queen.
Yes, I do. I love the royal
family. I wouldn't say I'm a royalist, but I do love them.
Have you watched the Crown series, Joe?
Netflix? Lost its way for me after the second season.
Really? Oh, I loved it.
I wasn't so keen on. Was it Claire Foy as a Queen? I didn't think I'd say this, but who was the lady that took over from Claire Foy?
Tara Broadchurch.
Sorry?
Her off Broadchurch.
Yeah, what's
Trying
her
to think
name?
I can't think of her name.
She won the Oscar for Best Actress, didn't she, last year?
She did, yeah.
Not so keen on her, Queen, I must say. I don't know if maybe I need to pick it up and try again with it. I just feel like it ran out of steam a little bit for me. Anyway, honestly,
Right.
you're practically watching Gogglebox. This isn't Crafters TV.
I know. Well, we like to share our recommendations with you, don't we?
Oh, my,
now,
can you imagine if we did that?
it would be fantastic.
Imagine if
wouldn't
we
it?
did Crafters TV does Gogglebox.
Oh my word, that would be hilarious.
We
We should absolutely do that. It would be fantastic. Now I'm just going to cut my piece of glitter card here so you can see. I'm just checking what size it is. I'm just going to trim it down because I think you'll be able to see more easily just how fabulous this looks when I do this. So I'll just use my little guillotine there.
Olivia Colman. That's who it
Olivia
was. Of course it
Colman.
was. Thank you, Julia.
That's her. I do like her. I think she's a fantastic actress.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And I don't know if you ever watched Graham Norton. She's hilarious.
So funny. Have you seen the film that she won? Was it called The Audience?
Oh.
She won the Oscar. Olivia Colman won the Oscar.
No.
She played a queen. It's very, very good. Bonkers, but very good.
There we go, Joe. Look at that. When you put your edgeables and your alphabet together, and then just put a little bit of a colour behind for your little contrast. And when you tape your M down, so you see by doing the M and then doing this M and then putting the A in last, I get perfect and even positioning in there. I've got my two little edgeables down the side. That lifts up, a little bit of pink glitter card in there. That little M sticking up's bothering me, so I'm just going to, there we go, burnish my score line. Doesn't that look lovely? And you could do that with any of those concepts that you've seen with our edgeables and using those fabulous alphabets together. And now this is for my mum. Only I'm not going to give her it because she sent me a text message today to tell me she was making my favourite dinner and she laughed because I
what's your
couldn't go
favourite
around
dinner?
for it. Well, it's not now it wasn't, but when I was a little girl, we used to have what was called summer sandwiches.
What?
Summer sandwiches.
Summer?
Summer sandwiches, because I couldn't speak properly. I was only 2.
Oh.
Summer sandwiches with chips, which are fries
Chips?
for you.
Summer sandwiches
with chips. So that was a salmon sandwich, tinned salmon, mixed with vinegar in white bread for a sandwich with chips. Salmon sandwiches and chips. That's what they're having for their tea tonight. And she
Salmon
laughed.
sandwiches and chips. That sounds. Look, if it's double carbs, I'm game. All right, that's usually the rule of thumb. I need to just remind you about the Shadow Alphabet. Very, very busy on this, as we knew it would be. It's always so popular ever since we've launched it. I think because they are so modern and so simple yet so effective, and of course you're going to be able to create names and words and a whole host of different bits there as well. So if you want to grab these, £70, $70, saving $77 in the US. So a great saving on them. Not only do you get all the letters, you also get the numbers and the ampersand as well. Now over a quarter of the stock, no, 40% of the stock I said had gone, didn't I? Sorry, can't keep up with myself, it's so busy. In fact, now half the stock of these has sold out and gone. Grab them if you want them. Now, the edgeables. How are we doing for the butterfly? I know it's very, very busy individually on the butterfly. 2/3 of the stock individually on the butterfly has gone. If you're watching this back after the show, after this is aired live, I'd definitely say check the website for the stock situation on that one. It's always the most popular. Now in the main collection, which will be the only way to get this once it's sold out individually, you've got here the traditional lace, and again all of those edgeable techniques are completely able to be done with these. Oh, nearly dropped them, there we go. I'm a bit butterfingers today. The ornate henna is another one we've got here, and also you've got heartfelt wishes here as well, which is fantastic. Now, as well as those 4, you're also going to get Edwardian Rose and Venetian Scrolls make up that collection. Definitely grab those whilst we've got them. I believe half the stock of the edgeables have sold out and gone. Now the nesting dies, I'll run you through these again really quickly, what's included here, because they're an absolute must. I think if you're starting out your die cutting journey and you're thinking what are the ones that I'm going to use the most, I would absolutely say that a nesting die set has to be your #1 priority in your stash. There's some edgeables and definitely a few embossing folders you would need in your stash to begin with, I would say. In here you're going to get the torn circle. You're also going to get the scalloped oval, the torn square, the stitched circle, the scallop circle, and the torn oval. So all 6 of those die collections for £30, which is amazing value for money. Don't forget as well about can you do the sound effect, Leanne?
I can, yes.
Ready?
What is it?
The Monday Mega Deal.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Monday Mega Deal.
Ah, there it is. It's 4 stencils. Now remember, these stencils are brilliant, but our stencils are such great quality. It means that you can use these as embossing folders as well. Give you a lovely emboss on your cardstock. All 4 of them. So what's that? That works out at what, £3.75? $5.50? Each when you get all 4 of them together in this configuration. Really is great value there. Now the Envelobox Creator and the scoreboard, always busy when we bring this to you. I can't believe you're able to get both of them for that price of £18. That works out £9 each. All those obscure envelope sizes that you've always wanted to be able to make, now you can, and you can do it very easily with those pair. £18 if you're in the UK, $23.50 if you are over in the US. Now, very busy for these, the complete plate collection. This is a Gemini one that we have here. Great saving on this, £45 or $60. You're saving $44 on that one, which is fantastic. We also have a mini version as well. Check the website for the details of the mini. Now, we're going to come back. We're actually going to revisit something that we had a good look at in our earlier show today, in our masterclass, and it is our shaped cards and die and stamp collections. There's a lot in here. The get dressed or best dressed? The best dressed, I think it was. My producer, was it get dressed? I think it's best dressed. I don't think it's get dressed. I mean, that is a real lockdown stamp and die set, isn't it? Get dressed, as many of you are not.
It's actually called Be Fabulous.
Not that one, the one with the suit.
Oh, the suit.
I think it's called Best Dressed. We'll cut this out afterwards, don't you worry about that. The Best Dressed did sell out, the individually. It is called Best Dressed. I don't know when my producer Laura's got dressed. Oh, that's tickled me. That sold out individually, so if you want to get dressed with the best dress, you need to do that by getting the main collection. The rest of them are available £20 or $28 individually. But Leanne, I know you really like these, don't you?
Oh, I absolutely adore these, Joe. They're glorious, really they are. And I'm just having a little rummage in here for some other pieces because I'm working out how
what you're after.
Fabulous my dress is going to be. Right, now these dies are thicker than your average die, which means you can cut more than card with them. So here, look, here's a beautiful little dress card which actually has a layer of fabric on the top, and I'm going to show you how you can do that, how easy it is. So you get lots of little dies here. You get the dress, you get a little flower, you've got the stamps that go with, you've got your shoe, your handbag, you've got your little collar for the dress, you've got a little bow for the centre, you've got your little tags as well. There's just so many beautiful little things. This is your little sash. If you want to use a little sash, just glorious little things on there to use to decorate up with. And I've got some samples I can show you. But actually I just want to show you first how you would cut the card base. So I've got a half fold card here, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is just line up my dress on the base. Now, I don't think I need, what's the word I'm looking for, Joe?
I don't know.
Metal plate, that's the word I'm looking for, because it's a deeper die than usual. So I don't think I need my metal plate, so I'm not going to pop it in because it's deeper than your regular die, so that you've got lots of different ways of using it.
So why is it a deeper one? Why have we chosen to make it deeper, this one?
So that you can cut effortlessly through a double layer of card to make your half-fold card. You see me doing that with the nested dies earlier, but you see I put the metal plate in to help me with that. So this one is a little deeper, so you might not need the metal plate. And also, because it's a concept die, it means you can cut through your fabric and things as well. Just so it allows you to cut more, basically. So let's just layer up the rest of the sandwiches there, and then we're going to cut that in half, and then we're going to cut that single piece again.
So if you did put your metal one in at this point, would it do any damage, or would it just be too
Say that
Did
again,
your
Joe,
sandwich?
sorry.
If you did just put your metal one in when you didn't need it, what would happen?
No, nothing. It's fine. I mean,
Okay.
if the sandwich was too thick, the machine would just reverse it and say can't cope, and you'd take the metal out again. But if you had it in there, it wouldn't damage it. It would just mean it's super duper cut. You know, it wouldn't do any
It would
harm to
definitely
it.
be cut.
It just you just don't need it. So, but if it was in there, it wouldn't cause any damage. So there we go. You can see I didn't need my metal, and I've been able to cut my half-fold beautiful dress there. Now, just before in fact, I don't even need to decorate it up because I'm going to put a collar on. I was going to cut another piece so that I had the full piece and not the half fold. Because I'm going to put a decorative collar on there, you're not going to see that, so I'm not even going to bother cutting that again to stick on top. Just save yourself some time. What I have got here is 2 pieces of fabric. Now, what I can do is try and cut through these 2 pieces of fabric without my metal, see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll put it back through with the metal, and that will just help it. But I always like to try without first, because there's no point in putting it in there if you don't need it. The metal plate we include in every bundle of plates we give you and in the box when you get the machine, because it's just nice to have all of the plates that you might need at some point. So you don't have to buy an extra plate, but it doesn't mean that you put it in every time. It's just there really as that was a little bit of a tricky something to cut. I best pop the metal in, if that makes sense. But always try without first. Now, see, look.
Oh, fabulous.
That's 2 layers of cotton with that lovely dye. I didn't need the metal in. How glorious is that?
Oh, and that's our gorgeous Bee Happy fabric, isn't it?
It is. I love that Bee Happy fabric. Now,
I think that's the Bee Garden, that one.
Do you think rose gold glitter goes nice with my bit of fabric there?
What does rose gold glitter not
go with? That. But this is a very true story, Joe.
A friend of mine bought a... my friend Grant posted on Instagram yesterday on Sunday. He bought some bath salts with that were like, they marketed as like unicorn bath salts, and they had like glitter in them. Well, you've never seen someone look so orange glitter. It was everywhere, apparently. Like, had to have a shower just to get it off. But he looked like he'd been tangoed with all this orange glitter afterwards.
And then he sticks to you everywhere, doesn't it?
Then he read the reviews on Amazon afterwards. Anyway, and some woman put, this lady had put, I'd completely lost the will to live after cleaning this glitter from my home for weeks. They were just hilarious. Yeah, the funniest thing is if you look up amazing, hilarious Amazon reviews, is one of my favourite things to do on the internet. You'll get yourself into some sort of Google black hole in no time at all.
I've never done that. I'm going to do that just for the fun of it.
Hilarious Amazon reviews. Yeah, they're fantastic. You'll love them. Oh,
because some people obviously are fantastic wordsmiths, aren't they? And when you get fantastic wordsmiths writing a review, that's when it gets really funny.
Yes. Good TripAdvisor ones as well. Yeah, you can tell we've got a lot of time on our hands at the moment, aren't you? Now, we offer a lot of people using this time though to learn something new. A lot of people though, seriously, have got into crafting for the first time, haven't they? You know, a lot of people maybe just discovering craft, Leanne, during this lockdown.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have. It's going back to roots, isn't it, Joe? But also finding something just to fill the time where maybe you've been full of busy before and just never had the opportunity, and now we've got the lovely opportunity to just take our time and experience something new. I know, thankfully, before lockdown, I taught my sister-in-law Julie how to crochet.
Yeah, some very interesting tutorials you do for video ones.
Yes.
I do. They're very colourful. I love watching them.
Very colourful, aren't they? And so now, because we can't be together, if she's can't understand something or if she can't get something to work, I do a little video for her and I send her the video with the tutorial of how you do the thing that she's struggling to do. But she's learned so much, and she hadn't crocheted since she was a tiny girl when her nana taught her, and so she's getting on a bit, is our Julie. So that was a while ago. She's older than me, and so but she's doing fabulous stuff and she's really enjoying it, and I think she'll continue after lockdown because she's really had a great time with it, Joe. Which I think's the pure joy of it. Really, I love that.
Yeah, and the great thing is you have fun crafting and then you get something fabulous at the end that you can either keep for yourself or give to someone else, which
Absolutely.
is fantastic.
Now what I've done here is I've put a layer of my Be Happy fabric on top of my half fold card base there, and then I did a second layer and I'm just putting it down flat at the bodice at the top. But now what I'm going to do is just a couple of little lines of glue here, and I'm going to fold this bottom bit so that it looks, I've done it in the same pattern for a reason. I'm going to fold this up and over so that it looks like it's moving, and it's got some movement in it, but you can't really see because the pattern's the same top and bottom. And then if I pick that up, look, so it looks like the dress is got movement on the card that you're sending. Isn't that lovely? Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Look at this on this side. Look at that. Look at the dimension. It looks like the skirt is lifted and moving, and isn't that lovely? I really love that. And then I've got my little rose gold pieces here. So this is and I'm going to use a bit of 3D glue gel for this actually, Joe. Just to grab it. The tacky glue would work, but I just need to give it a few seconds to stick. So for speed, I'm going to pop some 3D glue gel on my lovely little collar. So we've got a rose gold collar for the dress. So we've got there. You see there, little rose gold. Oh, you see me hair again.
We're getting a lovely root shot there.
Lovely root shot. Sorry, that's because I was getting my collar in the right place. And then I've got my little bow here. Now, when this little bow cuts out, what you do is you fold that back on itself to meet itself in the middle there. So there and there, like that. And that makes a perfect little bow for the centre of the dress. There, like that. Isn't that lovely?
Beautiful.
So I'm going to put that together with a little bit of 3D glue gel as well.
And don't forget, for each one of the die sets, you also get all the stamps included as well. Of course, on something like a fabric one, would you use it? I mean, I guess you wouldn't use the stamps with the fabric one, Leanne.
I don't think so, but there's nothing to say that you couldn't decorate the inside of the card with the with the stamps, Joe. You know, because there's some lovely sentiments on there as well. Or as I'm going to do, and we just need to give this time to stick. But you get the idea.
I think the thing is about the stamps, they take it from being card bases to a full project, really, don't they? Because you've got the sentiments, you've got the embellishments in there as well, and everything that you need to go with it, which is lovely. Absolutely.
So we're going to pop that there and pop that there. You'll be a little bit more careful with your glue because you can see it keeps popping up. So what the best thing to do is use your tacky glue, stick it down, and just stand there for like that for 45 seconds and it'll grab, but we don't want to just stand and watch me for 45 seconds, which is why I'm doing it with my 3D glue gel there. So you just take a little bit more time with your tacky glue when you do it, because tacky glue is the best for fabric. So I've got that on there. Isn't that looking pretty? There we go. So there we've got a lovely little movement. Now I did the shoes as well, and what I would do inside is just pop the little shoes little in the rose gold glitter as well, and then have the little sentiment like all dressed up with wherever you're going. Your little sentiment, you've got your shoes in there.
At the moment, all dressed up with nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, at the minute we're all, well, I was going to say, but I thought that might be too tongue-in-cheek. But here, what would have is, here's my sentiment. It would say, "You shall go to the ball." That would be the sentiment I would put inside there, which would be fabulous, wouldn't it? And I love that with the fabric. I think it's just gorgeous.
Do you know what that reminds me of, that dress?
Go on.
One of my favourite things to do in the summer.
Yeah.
And the most British thing you can do, a summer's afternoon at the races.
Oh,
Isn't it the best? I mean, there's nothing better than a summer's afternoon at the races, drinking Pimm's in a wide-brimmed hat. I haven't got a wide-brimmed hat, but the ladies there have.
Yes, whoever goes with you has to have a wide-brimmed hat.
Absolutely, yes.
I love that.
I once went with a friend of mine. She was wearing this beautiful dress and we got pulled aside to go into the best dress competition. She was wearing a dress by Vera Wang. I put mine down. Do you have to what I was wearing? A suit by Florence and Fred at Tesco.
Fantastic. It's not what you wear, Joe, it's how you carry it off.
How you wear it. Who are you wearing, darling? Tesco. We need to come back to the nesting dies. Very, very busy. Oh no, before I do that, let me just give you the details individually of the ones we've got left. Remember, the only way to get the best dress one is to get it in the larger collection, but you can go for these ones. So you get the Sweet Treat Stamp and Die collection. 7 stamps, 7 dies and 11 stamps of these, £20 or $28. We've also got as well the bottles up for you. And this is great. So if you want to do beer bottles and wine bottles and champagne or Prosecco or even Asti Spumante bottles, you can do it with these. 13 dies, 35 stamps here. So great value, £20 or $28. Almost a third off of those ones. We've also got, who doesn't have time for tea? Let's face it. Tea is in the drink because here in the Northeast, tea, it's dinner, isn't it? Dinner, yes. The last meal of the day is tea. Yes. Your evening meal. So maybe it's I've got time for both, to be honest, at any time of the day. £20 or $28 gets you 9 dies and 17 stamps there. We have got Be Fabulous, which is this one here. 11 dies and 12 stamps for you. £20 or $28. However, do you want the best value for money? Because rather than saving 30% as you do on the individuals, you get them all together, 40%. You would get free postage and packaging on this in the UK. You get free shipping and handling in the US on this. Also, remember, you can use your Club Inspired discount in conjunction with this as well. So many, many more of you will be paying prices even lower than that. Should I saying a hilarious joke? I'm not sure what bit was funny, but I'm glad that you found any bits of it funny, to be honest. Don't forget as well, the nesting dies, really, really busy on those. We'll show you some more of those before the end of the show. Now, I know Leanne's got something she's desperate to share with you. What you got over there, Leanne?
I've got a plethora of shaped card samples because these are really fabulous dies and you can do so many different things with them. So we've seen me do that lovely dimension. I mean, this is my favourite thing. I'm just going to be doing that all the time. It's a favourite thing to do. But look, you've got this amazing cupcake and look how fabulous with all of the different little pieces, and you can have it standing up. Use your embossing powders to do the cherry there. Use your glitter cards and your luxury cards, as you can see here, to make a lovely little half fold, and then your little gems on top for some dimension. Make it a little bit more understated and you know, in the lovely craft colours if that's what you want to do, or full on glitter everywhere. Who doesn't want glitter on a cupcake? So, you know, all of these fabulous little things you can do, and lots of different ways you can have them folded. Sarah would have shown you that in her masterclass this morning. Masterclass, darling. So go back and have a look at how you do those. This bottle one I adore. And the reason I adore it is this one die will do you a champagne bottle, it will do you a wine bottle, a tall beer bottle and a short beer bottle, all with the one die. And we give you all of the different tops and configurations, so you can do all of those different bottles, be it champagne, celebration, wedding, beer for a dad, you know, what's the word that you, when you graduate, or coming of age, 18, 21 in the USA, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's fantastic. I adore those. Then, oh my word. Oh, is this one sold out? Oh, but you've got it in the collection. Okay, great. I'm excited about that because it's fabulous. Look how amazing this is, number one dad. Here's my favourite. Aloha, happy retirement. All of this decoration on this Hawaiian shirt here from the stamps, stamped onto Centura Pearl. Look at this. Oh, it's got, what do you call them again?
It's a lei.
A lei. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Honestly, just phenomenal. I adore it. Brilliant for wedding cards, so for tuxedo, or for, you know, it could be prom night for a boy. Smoking jacket there, dear. Lovely. Here's another one. You know, this could just be another retirement one. Adore that. And then look here with the dresses, just decorated with pretty papers if that's what you want to do. Of course you can. This one, another take on what I've just done, but it's for a wedding dress. Layers and layers of lace popped on there. How gorgeous is that? And if you put that with that, look how brilliant for a bride and groom card. And then, of course, you've got your fabulous teapot as well, which I adore. And the teapot is very traditionally English, isn't it? And now Sarah actually made this one in her masterclass this morning.
In her masterclass, darling. If you want to see more of Sarah's masterclass, you can go back to this morning's show and you can watch the whole show back, which is fantastic. We had a very, very busy couple of hours this morning. Now, I need to go back to the nesting dies. Is that right? Am I hearing that correctly? 3/4 of the stock of the nesting dies have sold out and gone. I knew they would be busy because the value is phenomenal. You are saving more than you're spending on these. You're able to get 6 sets of our fantastic nesting dies for £30 or $40. In the UK, that works out £5 per die set. Now, the edgeables as a whole collection, half of them have gone. However, the butterfly is the busiest individually. A lot of the stock of the butterfly there has gone. 75% of the butterfly on its own. The Schmetterling, it's always the most busy whenever we bring these collections to you. Why is it butterflies so busy? You guys absolutely love them. They are fantastic. If you want to get the butterfly on its own, be quick for that. However, when it does sell out, it will still be available in the main bundle. So let me go through what's included in the rest of the bundle for you. So you've also got the Heartfelt Wishes, which is this one just here. You're also going to get in here the traditional lace, and you've got in there also ornate henna. You're also then going to have the Edwardian Rose and the Venetian Scroll. So 6 of these coming away for £40, which means they are great value for money. Now, oh my, shut the front door, shut the back door, lower the blinds, fire up the smoke machine and put on your heels, because 80% of a massive stock on these has gone. If you are watching this show back afterwards, at the moment it's 4 minutes to 6 on Monday afternoon or evening here in the UK. So if you're watching this back, I don't know, 24 hours later, definitely check the website for the stock situation. We have a lot of you. We've had almost 1,000 of you at points watching us through this show. However, tens of thousands more of you watch these shows back afterwards. So definitely check the stock. Not only do you get all of the letters here, you also get the numbers and you get the ampersand as well here too, in there as well. Now, do you know what we haven't done? We're gonna have to roll it over to next week. We've completely forgotten about our craft ambassador Astrid. So what are we gonna do? We'll have to I wish you could hear my producer. Usually she's got all the solutions for me. She just went, oh dear. Astrid, we are very busy at the moment, and there's not many of us here at Crafters TV or Crafters Companion in general. So sometimes, you know, some things get forgotten. Astrid Ewing, if you're watching, the lovely Astrid, will play it out next week, is what we'll do in the show then. I've forgotten what I was meant to be doing now. Joe wants to know, that was it. We've loved you sharing your suggestions with us over the last couple of hours. And our winner, which I picked at random a little earlier, was Sherry Jess. Although I did pick her up random, who do you think she said her dream dinner date would be? Yours truly. That was not a factoring contributor in me selecting that winner, I will have you know. Don't forget how much there is to come still this week here on Crafters TV. Softer side in the morning. We then have the launch party as well. So myself and Sarah will be here in the morning. We'll also be here for the launch party tomorrow as well. Wednesday, double Leann for you. Pigment ink pads is what we're looking at Wednesday morning. Then we've got Creative Cravings together after that, Leann, haven't we? Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to give me a haircut as well?
Yes, I'll happily do that for you, Joe. I think, because you need a bit of a tidy, don't you?
Look, it's awful. I've got the lockdown look. Look at that.
Oh, you look like, what was his name? Max Wallhead thing.
Who?
Oh, it's back in the 80s again. You were probably just born. What was it? It was like a cartoon character, and he had the stand-up hair. I'll find a picture and I'll show you.
Bit Ace Ventura, apparently. I mean, it is awful. Look at the state of it. Anyway, it was lovely to spend the day with you. What are you going to have then? Not salmon sandwiches and chips. What are you having for tea tonight?
No, I'm actually having salmon fish cakes tonight with spinach and couscous.
Oh, that sounds very healthy.
I'm trying to be, because I just keep eating biscuits.
I love that this is the universal sign for eating biscuit. Leann, it's been a pleasure to spend the last couple of hours with you. We'll be back together here at 11 a.m. on Wednesday morning. That's 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. Don't forget about Sarah's cartload this week. It is the special one, the big one that you wait for all month. It is a double cartload for you on Thursday. Colour me happy P, of course, will be here Friday as well. It's been a great start to the week. It's been a pleasure to have your company. If you are in the US, have a great day. I will see you back here tomorrow. If you're in the UK or Europe, enjoy your evening. Stay safe, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.